That's it, ladies and gents. The last cardio session, the last posing session, all done and dusted for peak week number 2, which is crazy. It feels like the time between the last show and this show has been really, really quick, but also lasted forever. It has, I'm not gonna lie, being between shows and pushing for more condition, it's been a grind. We've been working, but I definitely know that I'm bringing more condition this time. I had a really good posing session with Phoebe where we basically covered everything that I needed to work on. As I said, coming out of that last show, I wanted to work on my transition from my back pose to my front. I've changed it, I'm happy with it. Phoebe said that I'm just, you know, looking like I'm moving in and out of poses a whole lot better. So I'm glad to say that I've been able to kind of like level that up as well. And I definitely have brought more condition. I'm about 2 pounds a kilo down from my last stage weight. So yeah, there has been a lot of forward momentum and I've cracked on regardless of circumstances. Not having been exactly kind of like perfect over the last week or so, I'm not gonna lie. It has actually been a pretty rough last week or so, which I will get into, and I'm going to explain why it's been quite tough. But first and foremost, it is 11:15, which means I'm going to eat. It's time for meal number 1. I have recently become absolutely obsessed with one meal. I literally cannot stop having it, so I'm just going to show you it. Let me take you along and show you some good food. So this is what you're going to need for your protein cookie. You're going to need some oats, some baking powder, a bit of cinnamon, some spray, like fry light spray, 1 cal spray, protein powder, some salt, and a little bit of dark chocolate. Montezuma's lime dark chocolate, so good. So you get your oats. I'm just weighing out the sachet to be extra careful. I weigh literally everything on prep. Put it in your mixing bowl, aka your tiny fucking Tupperware container. And then I'm just going to go in with my protein powder too. This is flavoured only with stevia, not any sugar alcohols or artificial sweeteners, just because it allows me to be, you know, a little bit more careful as it is peak week. I'm literally not having any sweeteners at all. So I measure that out, and then I go in with a tiny bit of salt. It helps to bring out the sweetness, and I'm measuring my salt at the moment. A little bit of cinnamon, because you can't ever have too much spice in your life, am I right? Or am I right? And then baking powder, like half a teaspoon, third of a teaspoon, something like that. And once I've done that, I literally just mix all of the dry ingredients together to distribute them thoroughly, and then literally all you need to do is add water. Someone on Instagram messaged me, how do you make this? And I said, here's the dry ingredients, chuck it in the air fryer. And they were like, oh, you don't add water? Yeah, you just put powder in the air fryer, mate. That's exactly what you do to come out with a protein cookie. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I'm going in with some pitted cherries, some dark sweet cherries. The chocolate powder that I've used, chocolate protein powder, and the dark sweet cherries together make almost like a black forest kind of flavoured cookie. It's so good. So I put a few in here, just kind of add it to the mix, and then I get my 1 cal spray and spray a little bit of tin foil. You have to do this. Do not skip this step, otherwise it will stick. It really, really will. It's a really sticky mixture. Please do not forget to do this. So just, you know, spread your little pile of poop out basically, and you can put this in the oven, but you know, because I do everything really, really quickly in my life, it's going straight into my air fryer. I cook literally my whole life in the air fryer. Everything goes into the air fryer. So then obviously you want your dark chocolate to be put in, but I put it in towards the end, so I just put it in like with a couple minutes left so that it melts on top. Whilst I've done that, I've just put some more dark cherries into the microwave to melt them a little bit. Can you melt cherries? To defrost them, you know. Oh, look at it. Look at it. It looks so fucking good. I'm actually drooling just watching this right now, even though I ate this like again a few minutes ago. I add some soy yogurt on top, just, you know, to contrast the heat of it. And then I also just go in with those microwave cherries and chuck them on top. And there you have it, ladies and gents. Fucking unreal stuff. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love me sometimes. Looks fucking incredible, doesn't it? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the type of person who usually likes to eat on camera, because I like to just enjoy my food without people watching and judging me. But oh my god, like, it's amazing. The chocolate, it's lime. It's lime dark chocolate. So it's just got so much citrusiness to it. And then the cherry comes in and it's like, Right now, I'm gonna allow us to have some time together and I'll come back to you guys later. I don't know where the day has gone. I put you down and it was like 11:30 and now it's about 6:30, which is mental, but I've just been like turbocharged with work. I'm opening up new coaching spaces the week after my show, which has been long awaited obviously since I transitioned from my full-time job to full-time online coaching. I kept my books closed because I've been perfecting things behind the scenes a lot. And now it's nearly time to open up for new coaching spaces. So I'm really excited. If you are interested in, being coached by me, there is a wait list linked below. You'll be the first to be notified there if you sign up to that. I might also send through a free little present if you do sign up. And also just follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, because I'll be announcing it all on there. But yeah, just super excited for that. But I do need to hurry up and get my ass to the gym. I have just eaten my pre-workout meal. I'm going to go and do my penultimate upper body pump session. It's largely just going to be delts. It's just going to be hitting delts, a little bit of arms, not really any back work because it's been an eventful week. I can't really train my back or my lats specifically because it was about a week ago now, maybe a little bit longer, that when I was training, I think I just probably trained a little bit harder than my body wanted me to, probably just moved some load that was maybe a bit too heavy. Like, it was nothing that happened during training, but the day after, my whole right side of my body down here of my torso had just seized up and my lat insertion is just so sore. It's been causing me pain day to day, just like standing up, walking, carrying stuff. Everything I'm having to carry on this side of my body, and it's also been impacting posing a lot. It's meant that training has been tough. I'll be honest with you guys and kind of tell you what happened. I had a training session that I went to go and do on a day where I was phenomenally exhausted. Like, I got home from cardio and I genuinely passed out for an hour and a half. I was really tired, feeling like very overwhelmed and emotional, but also very, very sore. I went to the gym and tried to train. I'd also gone to the posing studio that morning and tried to pose, it was hurting. Then went and tried to train and literally every single exercise was just causing me pain. And I cried after cardio that morning. I don't know why, I just started crying. I just burst into tears, I felt so emotional. And then after training as well, during training, I literally started crying to the point where I mentally, because this prep means so much, because this whole process means so much, I was just pushing through, trying to do whatever I could, but physically my body was just like, what are you doing? This fucking hurts. And so I was just doing the exercises that I could do, and it was kind of like, at that point, I just messaged Danny, my coach, and I was just like, hey, like, I am literally in so much pain. I'm so stressed. I've been crying all day. I don't really know what's happening. Like, my lat is just so sore. And she just told me to fuck off, steps for the day, stop training, and just go home and have a bath and chill out. And that was the hardest day so far because it was a day where my physical limit gave out before kind of like my mental limit did. And that was really tough, and I kind of documented that on Instagram. And since my lat has really slowly been getting better, I need to be really careful. I haven't been able to pose as much because I just don't want it to be excruciating on show day. But yeah, I kind of talked about that stuff on my Instagram. I put it on my Instagram story. One of the messages that I got was, why are you doing prep if you're not actually enjoying it? And I was like really surprised at that. I am being totally honest and transparent with you guys and showing you the whole journey. And when you get to the depths and the trenches of prep, it's fucking hard. Like, yeah, it's hard. It's not hard like this all the time. I've got an injury now, whereas usually I wouldn't. I'm not doing this for anyone else but me. And me showing the fact that it can get so difficult it's just me being honest. I have vowed to myself and to you guys when I started documenting this journey that I was always going to be honest. And so the other day, when I was having a pretty bad day, I picked up my iPhone and I recorded something. And I'm going to insert that now because I don't want to be the kind of person who bullshits and acts like I am invincible and I, you know, never experience the hard times and the tough times, because we do. Like, we do, but the champions are the ones that pick themselves up and shake off having a pity party for themselves and just crack on with it in the end, which is what I'm doing now. But it has given me a little bit of, you know, I did need to give myself a head wobble. I did, because it was really fucking tough, and being limited to posing, training, and being constantly in pain when you're literally 6 days out from your show, it doesn't feel good and it feels stressful. So yeah, I'm gonna put that clip in here now. What do you do when you're crying? Film yourself for fun. I think I want to document this mainly for myself and for others to realise some of this shit that you go through. Like, I'm literally just filming this on my iPhone. This wasn't like prepared or anything like that. Or planned. Obviously I'm not planning to be crying in my car after cardio, but I'm literally like 6 days out, due to be stepping on stage at the end of the week, and I feel like a shell of a human. I genuinely just feel like there's literally like, I don't know, I don't even feel like I'm in my body. This last week has been really tough because I've injured my lat and the whole right side of my torso is constantly in pain. It means that training's really hard. It means that posing's hard. And subconsciously I'm getting frustrated. And I know that I'm getting stressed out and that's going to impact my physique. So I'm trying not to. But then I'm getting even more frustrated because I know that I'm, like, I can see in my check-in pictures, I look shit. I'm holding so much water retention. I feel weak for feeling like this. Like, this is not, I can't stop fucking crying. And that's not like me. Like, I think I just need to, like, as soon as the cardio's out for the rest of this week, and as soon as, like, my energy expenditure comes down a little bit and maybe I get a little bit more food, I might start to feel more normal. But right now I literally feel like my hormones are just a fucking mess. Like an absolute mess. Like, I don't feel like me. I can't even explain it. This is not how I want to be feeling 6 days out from my show, because it's not going to do me any favours when I'm on stage. Oh, fuck. I need to just, like, pull myself together and just ignore what my body feels like and just keep pressing on. But as soon as, like, I take a moment to sit in actually how I feel and I realise how shit I feel, I, like, can't help but fucking, like, bawl my eyes out, to be honest. Like, it's pretty rough. Anyway, what's the point sitting here crying? I've got a fucking business to run, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna crack on with what I need to do. So I am feeling better now, and I am feeling much more kind of grounded when it comes to my headspace. But yeah, we do go through tough times, and holding condition, not even holding, pushing for more condition between shows is tough. The 3 weeks out mark, from there on, the closer you get to your show, the tougher that it is. And the way that my shows are is I've basically had one show, 3 weeks of digging a show, And yeah, it's been tough. I've been rambling on for a little while now and I really do need to go and train. So I'm gonna leave it here for today, guys. I will see you in the morning. It's a cute coffee cup, isn't it? Shout out to my videographer, Matt, for this one. Get yourself friends who buy you things that aren't food related on prep. But I've got a new caffeine vessel, which I really, really like. It's very cute. Feels weird, you know, waking up to not go and do cardio for the first time again in quite a while. It's a nice little, like, touch of normality, because your normal on prep is not actually normal. It's not particularly normal to get up and go and do an hour of cardio every single morning. And so yeah, it was just nice kind of getting up this morning and just having a chilled morning routine, writing out what I'm going to do with my day, planning my day, getting on with a little bit of work, getting on with editing this YouTube video is what I've been doing. I'm really excited for a little bit more normality after my competitive season. There's so much that I want to do with my business. There's so much time that I want to invest into different things, and it's something which at the moment is not, I'm not able to give 100% to, because I'm having to give 100% to my prep, and that's a sacrifice which people need to understand that you make. And I was very aware that I was making it, but yeah, I'm just definitely excited to be able to really work on just bringing the very, very best quality of service that I possibly can for my clients and some other side projects which I've got working up at the moment. Another thing which I'm quite excited for is what I'm about to go and do in about 5 minutes, which is to spontaneously just say to my friend, hey, do you want to go for a walk and get a coffee? Well, I've got my coffee. She lives in the flat above me and we're gonna go for a walk. And it's just nice to be able to do that and not have to schedule everything in because I'm so busy. And that's another thing which I wanted to kind of just probably conclude this video on. So I'm going to split it. I'm gonna continue the rest of today in the next peak week vlog. But I know I said earlier how I wanted to talk about things that have helped me cope through a little bit more of a difficult week and also surviving between shows. It's having the right people around you. I've touched on this before in previous videos, but like this week it has been really useful for me to just open up to people and tell them that I'm not having a fantastic time. And sometimes I find myself like being a bit of a recluse when it comes to prep, because at the end of the day I do live alone. Like, I don't have anyone around me all the time to kind of check up on me and say, hey, how you doing, are you okay, which to be honest I'd probably find irritating anyway, because the most annoying question that you can ask someone on prep is, how do you feel? Because the answer is they feel shit. Although the fact that you're showing that you care is very, very sweet and they will appreciate it, but they might not always be like, it's a tough question to answer, if you know what I mean, when someone's like, hey, how you doing? And like, if you're honest like me, you're not just going to be like, oh yeah, absolutely fine, mate. My point is, it's been so important for those around me to understand that I'm really struggling to be 100% me right now, like 100% Millie who can give everything and anything, because that's the kind of person I am. I am a massive people pleaser. I love like making time for others as much as I possibly can, investing a lot of time and energy into others, and it's something which I've struggled to do and it sucks. Like, for instance, my really good friend Jess the other week, it was her birthday and I had to cancel on her. I was meant to meet up with her the day after I had had that really tough day at the gym where I just couldn't stop crying and I was pretty exhausted. And I had to say to her, like, listen, I really can't travel to go and see you because I'm just not in a really good place right now. And she turned around and she said, someone's at the door. I think my vlog's being interrupted. I was just vlogging. I was just talking about us going on our walk. So I'm back after being rudely, no, definitely not rudely interrupted. Chloe and I went for our walk. Trust me, like, I'm feeling a little bit lower in energy today, so having her there to help me get my steps in was super useful. I'm just trying to figure out where I left off the story. I think where I'd kind of said that I had to cancel on Jess, and she turned around and she was just like, do you know what? We'll set up a cinema date, you can get your Diet Coke, and we can see each other then doing something that's relaxed and it's not going to be too taxing on you. And that's what real friends are for. Real friends who make adjustments for you when you're going through a hard time. Real friends who are there and understand when you can't be 100%. Real friends who will come and knock on your door and be like, hey, come on, let's go get your steps in. And I'm so blessed to have the circle that I do. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video here, guys, but I'm literally about to pick it back up and I'll show you the rest of peak week. So thank you so much for watching, as always. I hope that this video has given you a little bit of an insight into, you know, I'm not the most, you know, perfect human who never has a bad day. We all have bad days. It's just how quickly you can pick yourself up and continue on. So if you haven't already, please drop a like, please subscribe. There's another peak week video coming, there's show day coming, lots of exciting stuff. So I really appreciate all of you who support my channel. It means so much. YouTube does take a huge amount of time. So, and also to everyone who's messaged me on Instagram recently saying that you're enjoying the videos, I appreciate it. Have a good one and I'll catch you soon, guys. Much love.